It's 3 a.m. You've been staring at the ceiling for an hour. Your phone says 3:17 a.m. You have to be up in 4 hours. You close your eyes. Nothing happens. So you lie there, frustrated, exhausted, convinced something is wrong with you. Here's what's wrong with you. Nothing. What you're experiencing right now is one of the most ancient, perfectly normal things a human being can do. Your body isn't broken. It's remembering something. Something that happened every single night for 300,000 years, until about 200 years ago, when we decided to call it a disorder and medicate it away. This is the story of what ancient humans actually did in those hours, and it will completely change how you think about your worst nights of sleep. Let's start with what scientists discovered in 1992. Psychiatrist Thomas Wehr at the National Institute of Mental Health ran an experiment. He took volunteers and removed all artificial light from their lives. For 4 weeks, they experienced 14 hours of complete darkness every night, just like our ancestors before electricity extended the evening. Within 3 weeks, every single participant settled into the same pattern. Nobody told them to do this. Nobody suggested it. They slept for 4 hours, woke up, stayed awake for 1 to 3 hours, then slept for 4 more hours until dawn. Their bodies just did it, as if some ancient program had been waiting inside them the whole time, buried under centuries of alarm clocks and artificial light. But here's what Wehr found when he measured their hormone levels during that wakeful period. The participants weren't just awake. They were in a state unlike anything modern science had documented before. Their brains were producing elevated levels of prolactin, the same hormone released during deep meditation. After orgasm, they described feeling peaceful, reflective, quietly, completely present. Not groggy, not anxious. This wasn't insomnia. This was a second state of consciousness, one that most modern humans have never experienced. Now here's the question that nobody asks. If ancient humans woke up every single night in this calm, meditative state, what did they do with it? In 2001, historian Roger Ekirch published a paper that changed how we understand human history. He had spent 16 years digging through historical records, prayer books from the 1400s, court records, medical texts, diaries of farmers, priests, and soldiers, even passages in Homer's Odyssey. All of them mentioned the same thing: first sleep and second sleep. A doctor's manual from the 1500s advised that the best time to study and reflect was during the watch, the quiet hours between first and second sleep, when the mind was calm and the world was completely still. A 16th century French physician wrote that couples who conceived children during this window would do it better. People visited neighbors in the dark. They interpreted their dreams while still fresh. They prayed. They wrote. They simply lay in the dark and thought. Not because they had nothing better to do, because this window was considered the most valuable thinking time of the entire day. But go back further, much further. Before medieval physicians, before prayer books, before language itself. In 1994, explorers discovered Chauvet Cave in southern France. Inside were paintings created roughly 36,000 years ago. Horses, lions, rhinoceroses, rendered with a sophistication that wouldn't appear again in human art for another 30,000 years. Here's what most people don't think about. These paintings are deep inside the cave, not near the entrance, not where light reached. Someone carried fire deep into total darkness, and by flickering torchlight alone in the middle of the night, made something extraordinary. Anthropologists believe cave art was often created during altered states of consciousness. The firelight, the isolation, the silence so complete you could hear your own heartbeat. That is the exact same state Thomas Wehr's subjects described when they woke between first and second sleep. Peaceful, reflective, quietly, profoundly present. It wasn't just ancient humans lying awake doing nothing. It was ancient humans in the deepest creative and spiritual state their biology could produce. And here's the part that should genuinely disturb you. We didn't lose this state because science improved. We lost it because of street lamps. In the 1600s,
Paris became one of the first cities to install street lighting. London followed. Then, gas lamps in the 1800s. Then, in 1879, Thomas Edison commercialized the electric light bulb. And within 2 generations, the night, as humans had known it for 300,000 years, was gone. And with it, the watch. That quiet window of wakefulness, used for prayer, creativity, and thoughts the busy daylight never allowed. Today, when you wake at 3 a.m., the first thing you do is check your phone. Blue light floods your eyes. Your brain interprets it as daylight. Melatonin shuts off. And the prolactin state, that ancient meditative window, collapses before it ever fully opens. Then you lie there for 2 hours, anxious, convinced something is wrong with you. And in the morning, you tell your doctor you have insomnia, and they give you a pill to help you sleep through the watch. To eliminate the one window your ancestors considered the most sacred hours of the day. So the next time you wake at 3 a.m., don't reach for your phone. Don't turn on the light. Don't lie there convinced your body is broken. Just lie in the dark. Let the watch begin. Your ancestors did this every single night for 300,000 years. They lay in the dark and thought about their lives, their loved ones, the world they'd wake up to. They made art by firelight in the deepest part of the cave. They had thoughts that only the dark and the silence could produce. We didn't lose the ability to sleep. We lost the wisdom to stop fighting the night. And somewhere underneath the pills and the screens and the anxiety, your body still knows exactly what to do.